At Thanksgiving, my sister said, let's go around and say what we're not thankful for. Everyone laughed. Then she said, my jealous, jobless sister. I laughed too. Then I quietly canceled her rent. 8 days later, she was evicted and my phone was ringing off the hook. Let me back up. I'm 34 and I own a duplex on the east side of town. Nothing special. 2 units, brick, decent neighborhood. I bought it 6 years ago when the market dipped and I had just enough saved from working double shifts at the hospital where I did billing. My sister Jolene is 31 and has never lived alone. She went from our parents' house to her boyfriend's apartment to my duplex. When her boyfriend kicked her out 2 years ago, she called me sobbing at midnight. I need a place, just for a few months. I gave her the second unit. Market rent was $1,400 a month. I charged her $600. She complained it was too much. I dropped it to $400. She paid late every single month. Sometimes she didn't pay at all and I covered the mortgage myself. In 2 years, she probably missed 8 months total. I never once brought it up at family dinners. I never told our parents. I just absorbed it because she was my sister and I didn't want her on the street. Meanwhile, Jolene got a job at a real estate office doing admin work. She started dressing nicer, going out more, posting vacations, Cabo in March, Nashville in June, new furniture every other month, still paying me $400 when she felt like it. I said nothing. Then Thanksgiving came. We were at Mom's house, the whole family, aunts, uncles, cousins, maybe 25 people. Jolene had been drinking wine since noon. After the turkey was carved, she stood up and clinked her glass. Let's do something fun. Let's go around and say what we're not thankful for. Everyone laughed. Uncle Ray said taxes, cousin Debbie said her ex-husband, Mom said her knees, normal stuff. Then Jolene locked eyes with me from across the table. I'm not thankful for my jealous, jobless sister who can't seem to figure out her life. The table went quiet for a second, then erupted. Dad snorted into his drink. Mom tried to hide a smile behind her napkin. My cousin's husband actually clapped. Jolene kept going. Seriously though, some people just don't have ambition. I've been working so hard and building my career while certain people in this family just coast through life expecting handouts. She was looking right at me. I want to be clear about something. I wasn't jobless. I had just left the hospital after 6 years to start my own medical billing company. I was 3 months in, working from home, building a client list. Jolene knew this, but jobless sounded better for her. Smiled. You're right, Jolene. I should try harder. Then I went back to eating. The rest of dinner was Jolene basking in laughs. She told the table I was living off savings and would probably need to move in with Mom by spring. Our aunt asked if I needed help with groceries. A cousin offered me a job at her cleaning company. All while Jolene sat there glowing. I drove home that night, sat in my car in the driveway, and stared at my duplex. My duplex. The one I bought. The one where my sister lived for $400 a month in a unit worth 3 times that. The one where she hadn't paid rent in 2 months. I went inside and typed up a formal notice. Lease termination, 30 days, everything by the book. I'd been month to month with her since her original 6-month agreement expired a year and a half ago. I taped it to her door at 7 a.m. the next morning. She didn't notice for 3 days. When she finally read it, she came banging on my door. What is this? A lease termination. You can't do this. I can. You're month to month. I gave you 30 days. This is because of Thanksgiving. This is because you haven't paid rent in 2 months. She went white. I tried calling you about that. You didn't. I went inside and closed the door. For the next week, Jolene tried everything. She called Mom, who called me crying. She called Dad, who told me I was being petty. She called our aunt, our cousins, everyone who had laughed at me at that dinner table. None of them offered her a room. Not one. She texted me every day. Some messages were mean. Some were begging. One just said please. I didn't respond. On day 8, she still hadn't paid the back rent, or the current month. I filed the formal eviction paperwork. When she got the notice from the court, my phone exploded. Mom called 11 times in one afternoon. Dad left a voicemail saying I was destroying the family. Jolene sent a text that said, you're doing this over a joke. I typed back, you haven't paid rent in 2 months. This isn't about a joke. It's about $800 you owe me and the 30-day notice you ignored. She moved in with our parents the following week, packed her Cabo luggage into Dad's truck and hauled her furniture out in the rain. Mom cornered me at a gas station 2 weeks later. She's your sister. You humiliated her. I pumped my gas and looked at her. She called me jealous and jobless in front of 25 people. I didn't humiliate her. I just stopped paying for her life. Mom opened her mouth, then closed it. I got in my car. The unit rented to a stranger that same week. Full price. They pay on the 1st every month without being asked.